Deep breaths. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, trash day, and recycling day. This is an important one. Both are pretty full and at the curb. So we don't have to worry about hearing garbage trucks in the background and, oh shit, I forgot to take out the trash. I ran out of creamer. I ran out of the correct coffee filters. I had to adjust. I'm tired. It's just, I'm not late. You're late. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to, I need coffee. I need coffee to get myself in a right mind space. I was up late. It kind of looks different back there. I broke my, this is how painful. Moving is a 4-letter word. This is how painful it is. Here I am complaining. I feel like I broke my back yesterday and last night moving stuff around. And look, it doesn't look any different. There's a empty space up there. My goodness. I consolidated a bunch of boxes. I just wanted to make sure. The movers come tomorrow. So Friday morning, it's going to look a lot different. So you'll still see the shelf directly behind me with box 11 right there, box 8. That'll still be there. This will still be here. Half of this shelf will still be here. But everything on that shelf will be gone. Ideally, they take it all. And then all of that way back there against that back wall, gone, with the exception of a few boxes of like my good Cubs cards that I'll keep here for the next 2 weeks or whatever. So yeah, so it's a very stressful time because I don't like the anticipation. Anticipation stresses me the F out. I want it now. Now. Snap my fingers. And that's not how life works. Like when my wife says, are you ready? I am ready. Like maybe I have to put my shoes on, but it takes me 10 seconds. When she says I'm ready, that's like a 10-minute warning. Like, oh, I've got to go upstairs and get this. Oh, I forgot my phone. Oh, where's my sunglasses? It's a big to-do. It's like a 10-minute warning. But if I'm down here working and she's like, okay, I'm ready. If I don't go upstairs, if I'm not physically upstairs, that's a problem. So I continue getting the warning, the 10-minute warning keeps getting dragged out. When I'm ready, like I'm ready. So when I go, like, if I go to the one thing where it's like, honey, I'm leaving now. When I go to the grocery store and I'm like, okay, I'm going, like, I'm done. I'm going. There's no warning. You do not get a 10-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute, 30-second warning. I am ready to go. I'm grabbing my keys and I'm out the door. And then let me go look in the fridge. Let me look in the closet. No. I'm ready. Do your thing. Text me. I'm going. Like, I'm not standing here waiting. I have stuff to do. I'm out the door, going. So I don't know where I'm at. So it's Salty Bow Week. It is Salty Bow Week. Yesterday, but I do have some hobby talk. I had a great conversation last night, and I just saw a tweet this morning that reminded me that I wanted to talk about that this morning. But I want to be salty first. Dumpster is getting dumped today. That's good. So we were speaking of the dumpster. We were cleaning it. I ran over to the house. I had my shelves delivered. This is about the only thing that like went exactly as planned. Actually, it went better than planned. It went better than planned. So I ran to the post office mid-afternoon. I figure UPS is delivering the racks. I ordered 10 of these heavy-duty racks. Got them through Costco. I had the option, since I ordered 10 of them, I could have them shipped all together freight. The problem with that is with freight shipping, they just drop the pallet at the end of your driveway. Well, frick that. I'm like, hey, if I have them shipped individually, I'm not on a time, like it's not just in time shipping for me. I have time. So if I have 5 delivered today, 5 delivered tomorrow, that's okay. If I have 3 delivered today, 3 delivered tomorrow, 4 delivered the next day, that's okay. So I had them shipped individually because I didn't want to move all of them damn shelving units from the end of my driveway into the garage. So I anticipated a mid-afternoon arrival. Man, did I nail that. Nailed it. I get there, I pull up to the house, and one of my worst nightmares. My mother-in-law with a broom and rubber gloves sweeping out the garage. Oh, no. So she wants to sweep out the whole garage. We still have like almost 2 weeks worth of work still to do on the house. Contractors in and out, and she wants to clean the sawdust off the garage floor. I'm like, they're cutting, like the saws are still in the garage, plugged in, ready to be used again tomorrow. We're just going to have to do this again tomorrow. That's okay. For you. Not for you. So we clean again. Guess what? We cleaned the garage. But the UPS guy, awesome UPS guy, brought the 10. They weren't as heavy. Like I thought they were long and like super heavy, but I was remembering we got like super heavy duty. We have like 2 or 3 super heavy duty racks in the other unfinished area down here. Those were the super heavy long ones. These were actually like I could just pick them up. My back's no, not really. But I could just pick them up and move them because it just had to go a few feet. So the 10 racks are protected. Like otherwise, like my wife and I were talking about it yesterday morning, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Like I can't move these damn racks. What if they drop them at the end of the driveway? Since it's UPS, I think they'll probably push them up. So it's like, well, we can just leave them out in the driveway. So that was going to be like the backup plan. So we cleaned a space out. We swept, vacuumed, and blew the garage out. And probably going to have to do it again this afternoon because there's going to be more cutting and sawdust on the floor. Carpet's all installed. That's the big carpet's installed. Painting starts tomorrow. Movers come tomorrow for my shit. My lights did go into the shipping room finally. I love them. Like this room, like this is my shipping room. eBay store room will look just like this in the new, just bigger. There's more space. There's more lighting. I'll have more lighting in my shipping room. It won't matter for Hobby Evolution because I'll be doing that from my office, which is next door. But this is an unfinished room in this house, and it'll be an unfinished room in the next house. But the lights are nice. Made sure there's some vents, HVAC. There is a vent in here. I think that's code anyway. So I'll have more space for more activities. So what else? So So yeah. So yeah. So I broke my back last night. Shouldn't say that. I might actually break my back moving shit around. Um I think the like I can just have the movers come like just here, move all this shit. Like I don't necessarily have to like look in every box, but I'm doing that because I still have 2 weeks and it's like, well, I still have to I don't know if I'm going to have any time to list in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to ship, ship, ship. Clean, 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 move, move, move. That's what it's going to be. All right. I think I got the salt out of my system. I think we flushed the saltiness out for now. For now. I do want to talk about Topps Chrome is coming out at the end of the month. Finally, some baseball releases, and I'm not a Topps Chrome fan, but I think Topps Pro Debut is an earlier release. I was talking to a buddy last night that owns a card shop, and he was because I think Mojo or not Mojo, Moco in Michigan, the shop at Moco. I think he tweeted out or Instagrammed out the upcoming schedule or this week's schedule or next 2 weeks, whatever the release schedule was. And I'm like, ooh, what's coming out? If you're a baseball fan, not a damn thing. Goodwin Champions. And I'm talking to my buddy, he does breaks. And he's like, yeah, he's like, it's so bad. I'm excited for Goodwin Champions. Like, that's bad. When you're excited about Goodwin Champions, especially from a breaker, Topps Chrome comes out the week of the Nationals, so that's kind of exciting. For not for me, I'm not very excited about it, but for breakers, they have something, especially if they are baseball breakers. So I want to talk about Topps Chrome because there was something that we talked about last night in my conversation, as well as I just saw a tweet. About a thing that got brought up in our discussion. Alex, good morning. David, what's happening? Shane is in the house. Redbridge, good morning. Charles is here. Listing and shipping and coffee. Oh my. Yes. I do. I have a nice 4-row box filled with some good shit that's going to eventually hit my eBay store that I'm finding. That's the good thing. There is a silver lining of just back-breaking box moving. And that's, I always look, I'm consolidating some stuff too, make it a little easier. And I'm finding stuff that like I pulled out of like dollar boxes 2 years ago. And it's the stuff when I'm digging through bargain boxes and dollar boxes and all that stuff, I am typically looking for now and later. So there's a little speculation. So when I say I don't hold anything, like I do and I don't. So I try not to, especially now that I have so much volume, especially listable, sellable volume. I'm not as speculative as I used to be, but I used to be very speculative, especially on prospects. And so anytime I could find Bowman color for 50 cents, and depending on who it was, $1, I'm scooping it up. I'm a little more careful now because as I'm going through some of the color that it wasn't for now, it was speculative for later, and later never really came for some of these guys. And who knows? Like, and the thing is, I can probably still net 50 cents, but if you break even 2 years later, is it a win? No, but I probably won overall with the nows that I bought. And then the speculative plays were, cherry on top if they hit. So I did find a nice pile of, I think I already put it in the other room in my to list box. But I had a nice stack of, 25, 30 Bowman color from probably 2018, 2019, guys that maybe role players in the big leagues or still trying to make it. But I can probably put them in my store for $2.50, $3, and that'll net me $1. or more, depending on what they sell for. Tracy's in the house. Good morning. Harlan is here. Andy Mack, what's up? Card hobbyist. I'm not late. You're late. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Scotty Dubs. If you come to see Jelly Roll, look me up. Absolutely. I think it's August 20th. It's a Sunday night in Dubuque. Jelly Roll. So I would like to go over to that show. I think tickets are going to be pretty pricey. A cousin of mine works. I don't know what I need to reach out to him. My cousin that actually he was like my brother for a year. He lived with us for a year. I think he works for, I don't know. I don't know what he does. I need to ask what he does, but he's always taking photos with like bands that come through the Quad Cities area. And he had posted something about Jelly Roll. I think he had tickets for Jelly Roll. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know Jelly Roll was coming to Dubuque. And that's how I found out Jelly Roll was coming to Dubuque. Let's see. Because I think he was selling a couple tickets, and I think he was selling them for like $100. And I'm like, if I wait, they're probably going to be more. But I'd totally pay $100 to go see Jelly Roll. But my fear is if I wait too long and they become $200, would I pay $200 to go see Jelly Roll? I don't know. Maybe he sold them and he took the post down, huh? Or maybe I'm just scrolling past too fast. I don't know. But anyway, George is here. What's up, George? Red Bridge, what are y'all's thoughts on Panini Points cards? Would you send a picture of the code after you made a sale and still send the physical card to the buyer? That's a great question that I don't know if there's a good answer to that. So I've done both in the past, and it's worked out well. I have not been duped or scammed on Panini Points through eBay. Kind of like it's very similar to redemptions. You know, I typically just sell redemptions because I'm impatient. Like I just want to sell, unless it's like a Cub. I actually do have a Cub Caleb Killian redemption that I got in a break, and unfortunately I probably won't be able to find it because I put it in a box somewhere. But great question. I don't have a great answer. I would say if the person reaches out, here's how I attack it. Okay, if I list a redemption or a Panini Point card, I list it on eBay and it sells. If the buyer says, hey, can you save on shipping and just email me the code? Make sure you send them the code within eBay. And that should be enough to cover you if shenanigans happen with the buyer. Because if they say, oh, it didn't work, it was claimed, it is kind of that's the unfortunate thing. It is still a he said, she said, because eBay doesn't know or not. So you have that. But I mean, if an unscrupulous buyer could still do that if you ship them the item, even if the tracking is there. So unfortunately, there's ways around for scammers to get around this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So that's just the risk you have to assume when selling redemptions in Panini Points. So I've done it both ways. I don't think either way is necessarily good or bad. Just make sure it's a legit, I don't know. I like having that just for my peace of mind. But at the same time, eBay has access to your messages. So, that serves as a receipt as well, just as much as tracking. So, unfortunately, I don't have good advice. I've done it both ways. Fortunately, it's worked out each time for me. I've never been duped when selling a redemption or a code. Knock on plastic. Charles says, Caveman says, coffee good. I'm drinking black coffee today. I ran out of creamer yesterday. I'm like, oh, I'll just run to the store, get creamer. I've got to get coffee filters. I've got to get shit. What else am I out of? I'm out of some other things. And guess what I didn't do yesterday? Go to the damn grocery store. Here I am. The good thing, I guess, about not having creamer, I'll drink less coffee. Because now I'm down to the last couple sips and it's like, I don't know. I can drink black. I'm drinking it right now. I can drink black coffee, but I don't like it. I'll drink it and not like it. I'll drink it just because I need that jolt. But I'd prefer a little cream, even some milk, even just a splash of milk, just to dilute the coffeeness. But I don't want to dilute it too much. There's a happy. You don't want too. I don't want too much cream, or milk, or other substances like I don't do sugar or anything else, whatever there is. But black coffee this morning. Ugh. It's getting the job done, though. Victor's in the house. Good morning. Card Hobbyist says, moving does suck. Moving others people's stuff is worse. I would agree with that. There's nothing worse. I am at the age where if a friend asks me to help them move, I say, no, thank you. I'm that friend, the asshole friend that says, no. We have reached this stage in life where you can pay somebody to move you. That's where I'm at in life. Like, I'm 40 now. I'm not going to move myself. I'm going to hire. Now, I will move, like my inventory, I'll move, but I'm not going to move furniture. I'm done. I'm at the age where I've thrown my back out. So no, there's professionals that don't throw their backs out. Professionals probably throw their backs out. So I am there where, sorry, I'm not going to help. Now, if it's just a few things here and there, like actually my new neighbors, we actually know the neighbor, one of the next door neighbors are family friends. But they spend like 6 months in Florida. So like a year ago, last summer, like, hey, can you come over and help move a few things? I'm okay with that. But if you want me to help move your whole house, I'm sorry. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend when it comes to moving your house. You want to move the couch somewhere? Yeah, let's do it. Whole house moves? Nope. Sorry. I'm a bad friend. I am a bad friend. Paige and Danny Bean, what's up? TikTok ad and Boscov's ad to start the show. Good morning. I'm all ready to dance and buy furniture. Kyle, good morning. One positive about moving, NASCAR cards are surfacing. Yes. Yes, they are. And guess what else is surfacing? Hockey and soccer. I think because every time I come across hockey and soccer, I just stuff it in a box and hide it somewhere. And so now it's like, what's in this box? Oh, hockey and soccer. Mark Marinello, what's up? Good morning. I've moved 4 times. Good thing I didn't have all this crap the first time. So, oh my goodness. I have moved in my life. My first move doesn't count because I was like 5. That's not a move. Anything under the age of like 14, 13, because then you're at the age where you have to help your parents move. But no, once we moved, because my dad, we lived in a small house. My first 5 years of life, my dad was building a house and we moved. That was like the house I grew up. My mom still lives in it. So I never moved again until I moved out of the house, moved to Macomb. I lived in an apartment for about 3 months. And then when school started, a buddy of mine, we moved into a house. And then I moved from that house to another house, moved in from that house to an apartment. And then that apartment, I think that's when I bought my house. And I lived in the house I bought for 7 or 8 years. And then I moved to Madison. I still had my house in Illinois, so I had an apartment for a year. My wife and I then rented a house. Then we built this house, and now we're moving for the last time. The last move, unless it's to a nursing home. And hopefully that's long, long, long time away. I don't know how I wasn't counting. I don't know how many moves that was. That's a lot of moves. And I've lost stuff. Like, I think I lost a lot of my radio stuff, like a lot of my tapes. Cassette tapes, kids. Cassette tapes. I lost a lot of those. I lost my high school yearbooks. And I probably lost a bunch of shit that just was trash anyway. I took the good stuff and I left. I had a shed, and then I basically, it's like I rented my house that I owned in Macomb. I rented it out for a couple years. The guy that lived next door, he was serving as like my caretaker, property manager type deal. And it was like 3 or 4 years later, and I was getting ready to sell it. And I'm like, can you clear out the shed and just take whatever you want? Because that's your Christmas gift for being my property manager. Just take whatever. And then I didn't realize until like a couple of years later, oh shit. I had stuff that I probably should have saved, but it's like, if I didn't use it in 4 years, did I really need it? But I would have, even if my high school yearbooks are stashed away, because it's not the year. Like, I could go probably to the library, or I don't know. You could probably find an extra, like call the school. Hey, do you have an extra yearbook from 1999? But it's like the personal notes, like all the stuff that your friends write. And it's like, oh, not that I'm going to ever read it, but it's nice to ever, like, maybe in 20 years, I want to look back. Hey, look, funny note. So yeah, this will be the last move. And so the move, so here's how the last 3 moves have gone. When I moved from Illinois to Wisconsin, I had about, I don't know, 25,000 cards, 30,000, maybe 50,000, but I'd say 25 to 50,000 total cards. Probably closer to 25,000. And then by the time I moved in the 9, 10, 11 months that I moved, I think maybe I went from 25 to 50,000 cards. And then, because I had more space, and then when I moved from the last house to this house, I think I had probably accumulated like over 1 million cards. So I went from like 25,000 to 50,000 to 1.5 million, now to 3 million. There's about 3 million cards in this basement. So it's going to be a bitch. It's going to be a bitch. I mean, just preparing. I'm stressed out just preparing for the movers to come in and move my shit. Where are we at? Ed, good morning. Zach and Porter in the house. Are you doing anything special for the last day you forget to take the trash out? No, I'm not. Had an annoyance though yesterday. We have the trash and recycle bins at the new house, and we're moving stuff around, cleaning the garage out yesterday, and it's like, Jesus, these are freaking heavy. The recycle bin is filled with wood. Oh my God. So my mother-in-law is like, oh, tomorrow's trash day. We can put these at the curb. And I'm like, we can't put, like, you might get away with it because the trucks just come along and they just lift it up. But I don't want to be that guy that gets busted before I even move in for trying to recycle wood. So the text I just got, we got a new trash red box, which has a porta potty attached. Super cool. Redbox Plus. I guess that's how they get around Redbox video rentals. If those are even still, I think they are, because I think my Pick and Save grocery store still has a rental box. That'll be, kids today that's in 20 years. You know how we like get enamored by payphones. Oh, look, in relic from the past, a payphone. You don't see those anymore. In 20 years, that's what today's generation we'll look at Redbox. Whoa, look, DVDs. Oh, remember those? So Redbox Plus, that's the trash can. So they're bringing, there's like a door. Otherwise, it's a huge dumpster, but there's also a door that you can like walk in. But we can't open the door because it's filled right now. So when it comes and they bring a new one, we can just open the door and then dump the wood that's in the recycle bin. Philly Joe, good morning. Tigers 727, what's up? Card Hobbyist says Salty Bow Week. It is a Salty Bow Week. I don't know if it's going to get any better from here. I just don't know if it's going to get any better from here, at least for the next couple weeks. That's what my wife and I briefly, like, she was doing, working on a couple deals, trying to save one. I was breaking my back down here, moving baseball cards. So we talked for about 2 minutes. We were talking about like we're basically just bitching about how stressful this is right now. And I'm like, I think I was talking about I'm not even excited about the National because I have so much other shit going on that I'm stressed out about. This move, just every day there's something new that pops up at the house. At this point, most of that just rolls off my back. My buddy's wedding. I'm going to be away for like 9 days in the month of July. So my business is going to take a shit in the month of July. So, it's like the National is like, the National might as well be, it's a month away for me. It might as well be 2 years away with all the crap I have leading up to, and the Madison Card Show I have before the National. So just so much shit going on. But it'll be nice. Like, it'll be nice. That'll be like my spending all day, every day for 5 days at a card show, which normally is like by Saturday, Sunday, it's tired. You're tired, sore, but it'll be a nice escape. So in that, I am looking forward because that's like a sign that, okay, all of this is, we're moved into the house, wedding's over. I've got a few weeks for the next Madison Card Show. It's like a deep breath time. Mark says, my ex is Puerto Rican. Spanish women are a 1 hour delay. 80% of wives think Bo's content sucks. Hey, I would take 80%. I was thinking 98.5% think my content sucks. Speaking of NASCAR, sad story about Jimmy Johnson's family that came out yesterday. Yeah, murder-suicide. His in-laws. Ugh, terrible. And then Ryan Mallett, the former quarterback, was killed, I think, in a drowning incident. Terrible. T206 Kid says, I'm always salty. I've turned into the get off my lawn guy the last few years. Yeah, it's there comes a time back in your younger days, you're like, I'm never going to be that angry old man. It's a way of life. Eventually you become the salty old get off my lawn guy. Zach says, maybe this is a dumb question. Why did you need new shelves when you sit in a room full of shelves? Aren't they the same shelves, or was it you needed more shelves? I need more shelves because the closet, there's no shelves in the closet. And I have boxes on the floor. So it's a need for more shelves. And if I have more shelves, I can buy more cards. So yes, it was a need for more shelves because I have too many cards not on shelves. So needed more shelves. Salty, sweet, sour, savory, and bitter are the 5 taste senses. The chat skipped on me. Where are we at? So I do want to talk about Topps Chrome, and there's if you saw the odds, and I saw a couple tweets floating around about one strange looking skew on the Topps Chrome that I want to dive into. 5 senses: salty, sweet, sour, savory, and bitter. I qualify as at least 3 of them. Card Hobbyist says you may need a bacchiotomy. Better talk to Samson. Yes, sir. Ken in the house. What's up? Complaining about a lack of baseball releases. Try being an IndyCar fan. Last release was in 2007. John says, I'm at peace with breakers being miserable. No, I think I need breakers as a team collector for the most part. Because there are some releases. Now, need is a word that you shouldn't use within the hobby, but I use it. There's some releases that I'm not going to go out and buy singles, and I'm not going to go out and buy boxes of these products like Bowman Draft and Elite Extra Edition. So those I need breakers. As long as you break with the good breakers, and good is subjective. Some people think backyard breaks is good. I don't really think that. Brian Wolf, good morning. John says, I've started resorting my hundreds of thousands of dupes, still finding needs for my collection, listable singles, and a lot of Chris Sabo. There's a name. Chris Sabo, the goggles. Topps Chrome Baseball is supposed to be on Topps website at noon for pre-order. Yes, today, pre-order goes live. The odds are up. I don't know if the checklist is up. I guess we can bring the old Topps.com up. Do I have hoops to actually access the website? No. Oh my God. This is like the first time I've ever accessed the Topps website without having to pick out boats and hoes. Oh, boats and motorcycles. Where are we at? About. We want collector's guide. Checklists. Is the Topps Chrome checklist on here? Doesn't look like it. Not yet. I would assume later today they will. Topps has actually been pretty good at getting checklists out for their pre-sale. Depending on price, I might actually buy Topps Chrome just because there's a lack of baseball products right now. But I am curious when Topps Pro Debut comes out, because that my friends, whew, gimme. Love me some Topps Pro Debut. My feelings on the minor league products, and a lot of people say, they're poo-poo. My feelings flipped from Heritage Minors to Pro Debut. I think Topps has done a fantastic job over the last 2 years with Topps Pro Debut. It's become more of a mainstream good rip. And I enjoy it better than Heritage Minors now. And I used to be a Heritage Minors freak. Now I'm becoming a Pro Debut freak. Where are we at? John says, be a good time to hit Walmart up when Jelly Roll is in town. Place should be empty. Baseball card curmudgeon is here. Cooter's in the house. John says, I've sent Panini points by pick and mail once paid. Let's see. Angel Baby's in the house. Good morning. Brian says, I buy tons of Panini points. Always ask for pick and eBay messages. They send invoice with no shipping. I mark as received immediately after points are there. There you go. Saves headaches for all. George wants a frickin' Twinkie, not a Jelly Roll. And don't look up on Google. I'm not looking for that at the moment. Brian says, I pay a nickel a point, and if anyone wants to sell them, there you go. Hit up Brian. Let's see. Red Bridge says, great advice. James in the house. What's up, James? Good morning, Paul. In China, they will carry you up the mountain if you want. That's a real mover, right? The world needs ditch diggers too. Caddyshack reference. Savory take. You age out helping friends at the same time you age out of bachelor parties. It's lining up that way. It is lining up that way. If it was like the bachelor party I went to this past weekend was like we've been friends since like preschool, since we're like 4 years old. His family moved in across the street when we were in like junior high, and we were like friends. I mean, when you have a class of like 30 kids in your class, I think we had 35 in my graduating class. Everybody's a friend. There's no cliques when you live in a small town. But if it was just some rando friend, I probably wouldn't do a bachelor party. I'm at the age where you're right, John. I probably, I'm not helping friends out move. And with the exception of a couple people, I'm not doing a bachelor party. Like if one of my nephews was getting married, I'm not doing the bachelor party. But longtime friend, same age, and we're just gonna drink beer and just hang out, throw axes and eat steak. Yeah, bachelor party. But if it's like a cousin or a nephew or something like that, you can do your own thing. Let's see. John says they don't know what Boscov's is, Andrew. This is true. What is Boscov's? I have